Welcome back, another episode. Voight is still in control. After seeing Chicago PD Season 11 Episode 6, it's comforting to know that the show still has it, especially after a difficult season thus far. Survival was a powerful hour, with a full team, a compelling case, a glimpse at our fearless commander, Justin callbacks, and that poignant conclusion. The hour's tone was very different, and it was great to focus on Hank Voight in this way, barely mentioning his personal life and only by mentioning how seriously he handled this case. I liked how, like Burgess in Chicago PD Season 11 Episode 3, Voight carried practically the entire hour by himself. Voight is the main character of this series and someone who has frequently fallen to the wayside and been sidelined. We haven't often seen the full squad in the bullpen or working on a case together, so it was a welcome change that they were able to accomplish that while still portraying the entire team. With his noir style of investigating this case, they masterfully portrayed Hank Voight as the man who is always alone on an island. Voight was tasked with taking on the majority of the work, despite the fact that the team did its share and investigated every possibility. The montages showing Voight going through files and video recordings, consuming coffee like it was a food group, and staying up late to make progress on the case were some of the greatest ones. Voight hasn't shown such a strong commitment to this case in a while. Hell, it's been as long as we've seen him acting this way toward anything. In this regard, despite the fact that many people have expressed dissatisfaction with Voight's lack of screen time on his own show, the hour does a respectable job of addressing the criticism by incorporating it into Voight's persona and figuring out how to improve upon it. In actuality, Voight has changed significantly following Anna's passing in Chicago PD Season 9, Episode 22. After her death, something inside of him shattered, and he's never been able to go back to that previous version of himself. Voight has turned into a much more withdrawn individual who is often unavailable to the team for two-way contact. He also exudes a strong sense of loneliness. Voight appeared to be emotionally distant in the Chicago PD Season 10 Episode 22 finale, even as she sipped her drink calmly. We witnessed it with Haley when, in spite of his own brokenness, he went to her house after her awful day and tried to help her. We also observed it in relation to Adam Ruzek's return to the group and how the shooting completely shocked him. These events suggest that despite Voight becoming more of a loner, he still loves passionately for his unit and clings to them in his own way, even with Torres, Atwater, and Burgess. Voight's tendency to spend most of his free time at bars or with other people drinking also quietly draws attention to how lonely he is. When the bartender showed him an old picture of Justin from his time working there, he was satisfied in this particular case. Voight's mental state for the remainder of the hour was perfectly predicted by the Justin callback, which was enough to make anyone teary-eyed. The startling video of Noah's kidnapping made you feel instantly sorry for the young man, and Voight and I were taken on an emotional journey throughout the remainder of the case. The parents of Noah are repulsive. Voight's account of his chat with these religious fanatics who believed their child had wanted bad things to happen to him because he is gay was horrifying. The poor boy had so much willpower, and considering his situation, it's amazing that he was able to make some sort of escape, even if it meant running into Voight and Haley Upton. Voight pointed out astutely that Chapman seemed to understand her, and that he had a way of drawing her in, asking her to come closer, and then turning his back on her once more. When they show it, their little moment together will be followed by him erecting his walls once more, creating an interesting dynamic. We get glimmers of a man via Chapman who seems interested in making friends and wants to have someone to hang out with when he's not working. He was not fooled by the Jones Act. I also like that we got to see tidbits of old Voight refuting the rumors that he's become too soft. No, he did not force Jones back into his apartment and subject him to more torment, nor did he bring him to a cage to be tuned up. It demonstrated that even when he isn't entirely stepping over the boundaries, Voight can still be Voight. With no one to occupy it, it has been an empty shell that is more house than home. It has just had memories for some time now. With his wife, Justin, Aaron, and his grandchildren gone, it has become an empty vessel. However, some life and hope are allowed in by taking Noah in. Voight is only able to grant access on his own conditions, and what he needs is exactly Noah. The similarities between Noah and Aaron and Justin are also evident, and he needs Noah just as much as the child needs a place to live. Things feels nice to dust things off, let the light in, and explore this side of Voight that has always been one of his strongest qualities, but has been kept hidden from both him and the audience for so long. For more, subscribe.